Now we've discussed a ton. Catcher, first base, second base, third base. We only got shortstops left and the entire outfield. We're going to do outfield starting tomorrow, and then we'll dive into the starting pitchers, and we'll also dive into the bullpen. Now, before we get into the top 7 shortstops, all I ask is that you guys hit that like button and red subscribe button. We are going to be streaming. This video is probably going to go up at 11:45, if not 12 a.m. So within an hour to an hour and 15 minutes from now, we will be streaming MLB The Show 21. Don't know if I'm farming the Battle Royale or Ranked Seasons program, one of the two. Make sure you go ahead and tune in. You can find all of the links, how to become a member, Discord, social medias, and other YouTube channels inside the description box. Now, unlike any other position, shortstop is one of the positions that I do not accept players that play their secondaries. So yes, Showzone is going to have secondary shortstops that have a higher true overall rating, but I would never play them at their secondary position at short, because primary shortstops get the best animations. They also have the best range. As soon as you put someone in their secondary position at short, all of a sudden they get way worse animations and they have way worse range, and you don't want that. You can sacrifice it at third base for a better hitter. You can sacrifice it at first base for a better hitter. You can sacrifice it behind the dish for a better hitter, and at second base for a better hitter. All of those are 100% worth the sacrifices, but at short, it's just way too important, in my opinion, to go ahead and make the sacrifices. So starting it all off with number 7, and these two, it's going to be like 7/8, because I think it's going to be dependent on whose swing you like more. So we have Ernie Banks. He is a collection reward for completing, I believe, the NL Central. He has great attributes all around when we're talking about fielding and we're talking about hitting. I mean, the contact versus right is really the only downside, but since he does have that 80 over threshold, that means he's going to be taking it out against right-handers. Versus left-handers, although, you should never have any problem with him facing any pitching, and the division at a 94 is going to be good enough to translate to Hall of Fame and Legend. 93 fielding. He starts off with diamond fielding, which is very important at short. Like, shortstop and center field are the two positions where the fielding and reaction matter more than in any other position. So the 93 fielding, diamond fielding animations are the best animations at short, and second base you can also go ahead and make the argument as well. Like, those three positions are where the fielding and reaction matter the most. And then he has 81 arm strength, which is good enough for short, 87 reaction, and then 55 speed. The 55 speed is the only downside, but it's the sacrifice you have to make when you're taking someone with his bat. Now, the reason that I say these two are interchangeable is because a lot of people don't like Ernie Banks' stance or his swing. So if you don't like his stance or his swing, coming in at number 8, if we would have made a top 8, would have been Jordan Groshans. Now, Jordan Groshans has great contact against both sides. He has great power against both sides. He meets the 80 threshold. And then the vision, it should translate to Hall of Fame. It's going to be a little bit more harder for you to follow off pitches on Legend difficulty, but it still translates. 84 fielding is gold fielding animations, which aren't the best in the world, but they're still good. 94 arm strength, he's going to be able to gun runners out without a problem. And then 88 reaction, you parallel him up to parallel 4, I believe, and you're going to get that diamond reaction, which is amazing for short. 72 speed, he makes up for the bad fielding with a little bit more speed, adding to him a little bit more range as well. So that's the beauty behind him. He comes in at number 8. Ernie Banks will come in at number 7. Now, talking about number 6, and this should be no surprise, I'm surprised he isn't even higher on the list. But the reason he's not higher on the list is because MLB The Show has literally made sure that every single update that they do player increasements and basically downgrades, or each update that they increase players' attributes and decrease player attributes, that they go ahead and take away from Fernando Tatis Jr.'s contact versus left. I mean, just look at that. 61 contact versus left. If you're facing a left-hander, you're going to be in trouble. It's going to be like having Gary Sanchez on Legend difficulty versus a lefty. The PCI is going to be tiny, especially with this 50 vision. The 50 vision doesn't really translate too well to Legend difficulty, but it should be good enough for Hall of Fame. And if you're a good hitter, that contact versus right is going to make you excellent against right-handers. But the reason that this Fernando Tatis Jr. is such a great card is Fernando Tatis Jr. has one of the best swings in the game. Like, you just have to touch the ball, and I promise you, it's flying. The 88 fielding, he's going to get gold fielding animations, which are going to be good enough. You parallel him, or super factor him, I should say, and he's going to have diamond fielding. Diamond fielding animations are the best. 99 arm strength, you never have to worry about anything. 88 reaction, superfractor, diamond reaction, diamond fielding with a player that's going to have 99 speed at superfractor. You can't really ask for much more. This is a complete player. If he had better numbers in real life against left-handers, he would probably be rivaling Mike Trout in terms of the highest overall inside the game. So that's all I'm really waiting for. I'm waiting for Fernando Tatis Jr. to start picking it up against left-handers, because when he goes ahead and does that, I promise you all, he's going to 100% be the best shortstop inside the game besides your ball player. Because despite all of these shortstops being good shortstops, none of them beat your ball player if you have your ball player playing at short. Now, coming in at, I believe, number 5 on the list is going to be Carlos Correa. Great contact, great power numbers. He meets the threshold. The vision, it lacks a little bit on legend, but it's still pretty good. Fielding at an 85, you superfractor him. That's diamond fielding animations. He starts reaction at 89, so parallel 1. He's going to have diamond reaction. 53 speed is not great, just like Ernie Banks, but diamond fielding, diamond reaction, that's something you would kill for those animations, especially with the shortstop with that kind of arm strength. And he has another really good swing inside the game, so that helps him out tremendously. Now, coming in at number 4 is going to be the 12-0 Battle Royale reward in Trevor Story. Same thing, great contact, great power. The vision is like Fernando Tatis Jr., so it doesn't translate too well, but unlike Fernando Tatis Jr., what allows him to go ahead and play up at legend difficulties is the great contact that he has. Diamond fielding, diamond arm strength at a 94, diamond reaction at a 99, and then 89 speed. This is the best defensive shortstop that has come to the list right now. He has the speed, he has the range, and he has the fielding. He's going to get the best animations out of any of the shortstops we probably have on the list, unless I find somebody that plays a whole lot better. Coming in at number 3, and this shouldn't be a surprise to anybody, Xander Bogaerts got one of the best swings inside MLB The Show. He is one of my favorite shortstops to use, and the reason I didn't use his Team Affinity card or Live Series card is because I have my ball player at short. But if I didn't have my ball player at short, this would be the shortstop I would be rocking, especially this juiced up All-Star Game card. Amazing contact, amazing power, vision translates, 80 fielding means he starts at gold, which is good enough. 83 arm strength, it's like Ernie Banks, good enough as well. 81 reaction, gold fielding, gold reaction, we'll take that. And then 62 speed, we'll take all of that. And the reason why we're taking all of that is because his swing is like no other. Like, he literally touches the ball, and I promise you, if you don't have this card, go ahead, buy it for 15K, put it inside your lineup for a couple of games, and you're just going to go ahead and see the ball fly. You can even play him at a secondary position. He'll drop down to silver fielding and silver reaction, and the bat is still going to be worth it. Now, coming in at number 2, it should be no surprise. Trey Turner has been a card that people have literally been playing at center field, sitting down Mike Trout in order to go ahead and keep him inside the lineup, because he is that good. His swing is that good. The contact is amazing. Power is amazing. Vision translates. 72 fielding, that silver fielding is the only downside. Silver reaction, that's another downside. 99 speed helps him a little bit. It pushes it up, in my opinion, to gold fielding, gold reaction. And then the 73 arm strength is not great, but it's okay for shortstops. Now, you can play him at center field, but I wouldn't play him at center field until you parallel him up to at least parallel 2, so he can have silver fielding at center field. But if you get him to parallel 4, he's also going to have silver reaction. To me, this is the best, if not one of the best outfielders slash shortstops that you can use inside the game, because not a lot of players have those secondaries available. As a matter of fact, I think he is the best when it comes to that. And then coming in at number 1 should be no surprise either. He is the best true overall rating. I don't think he's the best shortstop since I can't hit with him. I'd rather use Trey Turner or Xander Bogaerts. But Wander Franco, great contact, great power, vision 100% translate, fielding, parallel him up to parallel 3, diamond fielding, reaction, parallel him up to parallel 4, he's going to have diamond reaction, and then the 84 speed, all of it translates, which makes him an all-around stud. And then you add on top of that the fact that he's a switch hitter. We haven't seen any shortstop switch hitter besides your ball player, so that puts Wander Franco at number 1. But my true overall number 1 is going to always be my cap, because if we go into play mode and we go into play versus CPU, for example, I'm currently rocking the Hawk, and I will show you all everything that you need to know about the Hawk. So let's pretend we're going to ship it, and the only reason I'm doing this is so next time I try to play a game, it doesn't make me restart it. Look at my ball player's attributes: 125 against both sides, 106 power against both sides, 114 vision, all of that translates, 99 fielding, diamond fielding, then 95 arm strength, that's diamond arm strength, 98 reaction, diamond reaction, 81 speed, that's gold speed, 76 stealing. I'll take that. I'll take the downside to the speed and the stealing in order to be the best fielder possible and still be one of the best hitters on my team. And still, having that much speed is great. And I'll show you all my perks as well. I rock the Hawk, power 6, fielding 5, fielding 6, and then contact 6. And then in terms of my gear, all of my gear is basically the Jackie Robinson diamond equipment given out to us, and then most of the free equipment given out to us, except for the ritual item, which is the legendary call. The batting gloves I use is the B130s, and then last but not least, my fielding glove is Bregman's fielding glove, and then I use for eyewear probably a gold eyewear, but you can get the most expensive one if you want. And then when it comes to my attributes, I have everything maxed out to a 50 in terms of road to the show. So that's why everything is so high, and sometimes your numbers are not the same as mine. But I hope you all enjoyed today's content. We are going to be streaming, as I said, at 1 a.m. Eastern. So make sure you guys are there and tune in. Have a blessed day and night. Stay positive, stay safe, stay blessed. And I will catch you all on the next one. Peace out.